Hey, welcome back to my weekly podcast. I know I normally do either Tuesdays or Wednesdays and then add one more other day. It's just been a hectic week. I was sick. I wouldn't say sick. It's allergies. Allergies are killing me. If you can't tell by my voice, if I'm going to be popping a few of these cough drops here just to get through the podcast, but there's been some things on my mind that I wanted to talk about, that actually came across kind of when I was out and about this weekend and asked about like why I don't drink and all that stuff. And it kind of got me thinking, all the positives, all the negatives, and then also seeing other people drink and the havoc it causes during and what it causes after, like the after effect, afterwards, like next day, all that. So what it's going to be about today is going to be about temptation versus discipline. We all get tempted in our time in our life, when we're young, when we're older, whatever it is, there's always temptation lurking around the corner all the time. You know when it's temptation when you have to sit there and think about it. When you get to ask that question, hey, like if you want to drink, hey, do you want a beer? You sit there. You look them in their eyes, they're just like, ugh, and you take forever to answer. And once you agree and you say, I'll just have one. Depending on how you were before, if you stop drinking, if you're a drinker, whatever it is, you'll slowly fall back into that. And that's where the self-discipline comes in. A lot of people, ask me, why did you stop drinking? Well, I had a lot of temptation when it came to drinking. It didn't necessarily destroy my life, maybe my health, but I didn't notice it. I did not notice it at all. And I'll get into that here in a minute. And the way it basically, you don't see the effects or anything, but then at the same point, I have two boys, and I gotta be that example for them. Do I want them to understand that drinking is fine? Is it normal? As a society, we normalize drinking. When it comes to ingesting like smoking, doing any of that, that is considered very taboo, very, very bad. But drinking is okay because we allow, the younger ones to drink, here and there. You're like, oh yeah, you want a beer? Okay. And you test them out, and they're like, oh, beer is disgusting. Ha ha ha. And then it's like a challenge, to your child. You tell them it's acquired taste, and I have some younger ones. What is acquired taste? What does that mean? Well, it means you have to kind of push through and get to where you actually like it. They're just like, what? It makes no sense, And in me saying that, hopefully you hear that, does that make sense to you? Like that we have to push through something so foreign and nasty to us, and then where we actually acquire a taste for it, where we start to enjoy it. And I think what it is, it's more of a mental thing than anything, because when we first start drinking, we just start pounding them. Oh, maybe you started with some, poor alcohol choices like myself. Anything just to, have fun, and that's what I always thought was, in order for me to have fun, I need to be on everyone else's level to drink, to have fun because of that. You know, I've been, when I was younger, I was, you know, to like little get-togethers and stuff like that, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna drink today. Everyone goes through those moments where, no, I'm not drinking today. And then you'll catch me, I don't know, half an hour into the party or the barbecue, whatever. Like, oh, you have a beer? Yeah, I'm just going to have one. Oh, okay. And then come back around. Oh, like, are you babysitting? Or you still have the same one? No, I'm actually on my third one. You know, I'm glad I took a few drinks today. I'm happy about it. You know, I'm relaxing, you know. And that's what we all kind of go to, is like, oh, it's relaxing. And back to my point on where it was damaging my health. So I would go to the gym, and I know a lot of you could attest for this, is, you know, you go to the gym, you're working hard, you know, and you get to this plateau. Why am I at this plateau? What's going on? You know, it's like we all hit that wall. And we never know why. Well, I know on mine, my wall was my alcohol wall. And the reason why I say it's an alcohol wall is because, you know, I'm like, oh, like I have a little, you know, belly fat here and there, or I can't, when I'm bench pressed, I can't get past this, you know, like this much weight. Like I'd stop. I can't progress more. You know, whatever it is, if it's leg presses, if it's squatting, whatever, you know, you're like, I'm pushing through. You know, if you're active in activities, you're like, man, I can only, you know, work out or run for a period of time, and I got to stop. I don't know why I can't get past that wall. And I think what it is for a lot of us, you know, a lot of, like, there's old, you know, I'm just saying this on experience. I don't have any factual data. I'm just saying this on experience when it comes to physical fitness and my health. And you could try it out yourself and see how it works. So back in December, prior to December, you know, I started the gym in July. I'm always love going, you know, doing all that. I needed physical activity back in my life, and I'm actually happy I got it back in my life because I'm using it more for longevity of my body, of my mind, and everything. That's where I see the benefit. You know, me getting stronger, that's cool and all, but it's always good for your joints. You got to lube up your joints and all that, and that's a good way to do it, is just being physically active. You know, so I sit in the office all day, you know, and just work, just sitting, not doing much. That's all I do, just work. So I need some type of physical activity, you know, at least 1 hour out of the day. You know, and then I have my kids, I'll, you know, play around with them. I did hurt my back one time picking up my little one. Strained my back. I'm like, ugh. So that's when I knew, I was like, I got to go to the gym. I got to, you know, I'm either dehydrated or my muscles aren't what they used to be. But like I was saying, like, basically when I started in July, you know, I started out three to four times a week, sometimes two, and then gradually went from there. And then I would go a little bit more. But I would always constantly drink, either if it was on the weekends or, you know, we'd have dinner. I'm like, oh, I'm going to have a glass of wine. Oh, I'm going to, you know, have a few beers, or I'm going to do this, you know. And then in November, I went hunting. It was like I wouldn't say nonstop drinking, but, you know, I probably had a good maybe 12 beers in a day. You know, that's from morning to night, probably morning. Mid-morning to night on a daily, and that was for like 2-3 days straight. You know, and every time I'd go back to the gym after the weekend or whatever it was, man, I can't progress past this, you know, whatever this is. And then something came along, I don't know, I just was like, you know what? I hate feeling like shit. I hate feeling like crap. The next day, actually, my hangovers were lasting 2 to 3 days. So third day, I'd finally be able to get back on track, try to focus again, back into work. Now, was the thing is, that was the distraction. Is that like if I drank on Saturday, my Sunday was a lazy Sunday. I would try not to drink. I would just nap. My Mondays, it's like, it's Monday. Oh, I got the case of the Mondays. And it was destroying my body. And then after Christmas, I got really sick. I felt like food poisoning. I was, it was just coming out all ends, like I'm surprised it didn't come out of my ears. But I was just like, you know what? I'm not drinking. I hate this feeling of, fevers, all this stuff. I'm just not going to drink for a period of time. I don't know. I just don't feel like drinking. So a month goes by. I don't drink. I start feeling a little bit better, but it's just not in the back of my mind, but I didn't go to bars. I didn't, hang out with anything. I went to parties and stuff, like little family get-togethers. I was just like, no, I'm good. There was temptation there. There was, but I heard stories of like self-discipline, and then I hear more videos, Goggins and all these other motivational speakers that are just like self-discipline. 2 months goes by without drinking. I start to see dramatic improvements in my workouts. I'm going from bench pressing, 185 and got stopped there to now bench pressing, now I'm over 225 without a spotter. And now I'm repping it, reps of 5, in sets of probably 2 or 3. But I'm gradually, working myself up. I'm doing all the right things. And then I started seeing the mental aspect of it all. And this is where my health comes into play. Which is, I was having really, really bad anxiety, and I started realizing that the anxiety was being started. And I think that was happening during Christmas, which my anxiety was being triggered that if I don't drink, then, I overthink things. I go into these dark places. And it's not good. Especially as a business owner, you have a lot going on, all this. Like you start to go into these dark places in your mind. And they're very negative. You're just like, why am I thinking this? How can I get out of my mind and be preoccupied? You're going through anxiety. It's like, why am I going through this? Why am I, people tell me, oh, when you have anxiety, just, think pretty thoughts, think great thoughts, think positive. When you're in that moment, try to think positive and you go back. Think positive again. You go back. That's just what it is. And how can you fight it? Well, one of the ways is to get on medication, And the thing is like I from a few family members, I got, Xanax, calm my mind, calm me down. I'm the type of person, I don't like taking pharmaceuticals or anything like that. I want to keep it clean. So, but the problem with those were, I'll take it, I'd be able to fall asleep, or I'd relax, get back in my own state of mind, and then the next day when I'm not, I guess you want to say, intoxicated by the Xanax, it inches in, waves hello to you, tips its cap, and is like, hello, I'm back with some bad thoughts. You know? It's like, damn. And that's the thing is, you can't mask it. You can't fight it. It's always going to be there, right? Wrong. You know, I'm a very self-aware person. When something, I'm big on cause and effect. So the cause and effect of things is, okay, well, my cause is an anxiety. What's affecting my anxiety? Well, you know, when did it start? Okay, well, it started, I drank on Saturday. Sunday, I was fine because, you know, I'm relaxed. I'm with my family. They're the ones that make me happy. Oh, it's when I'm alone. Yeah, it's when I'm alone. Which Monday is when my kids go to school. My wife goes to work. Now I got myself and my work. Well, work is a little slow because, you know, it's near the holidays, or it's getting near the holidays. Okay. Well, and then that's when it creeps in. Okay. You know, and this is how I self-diagnose myself. Like, is it from drinking? Could be. You know, let me see if this is a reoccurrence that keeps happening. Well, happened over and over and over again. Then I finally came to realization after probably a few months. You know what? This is contributing to my anxiety. I'm going to stop and see if it stops. I've also heard, too, that, you know, going to the gym helps with your anxiety. Well, I will tell you, it did subside it a little bit. But the drinking is what was a killer. So that's basically, you know, how I came to that. And why I kind of decided to stop drinking. Well, back to the wedding I was at this past weekend, when I was asked, you know, I was asked a couple times, and that's what I brought up. I'm like, look, you know, it's all about self-discipline. We tell ourselves, okay, I'm not going to drink. Okay, I'm not going to do this. Once we're presented with temptation on the table, hey, it's right here. What do you think? You like it? Shiny? Oh, it's good. Go ahead. Take a drink. Go ahead. How about this? I'll squirt a lime on it. Because why? The citrus and the tartness of it and the drink, it'll go perfect. Try it. Go ahead. You know, that's temptation. That's temptation just you need to watch out for. And the self-discipline is realizing that temptation and fighting it mentally. The only way to fight it is being self-disciplined. If you have the urge to just, you know, take it on like I really want it. Like I feel it in my fingers, feel it in my blood. Whoo, I feel it on my tongue because it's there. You know, that's a problem. That's a problem. I would say in those situations, you kind of want to back yourself away from that situation. And I can see how anxiety will set in at that point because you're anxious. You're tempted with something that you really want to do. But at the same time, there's something else that you really want to do, which is to say no. But man, that temptation, it will eat you alive. You know, so I would say, in all honesty, is to take it slow. You know, build up to it. You know, if you're drinking heavy, if you're smoking weed or whatever you're doing, titrate. slowly titrate. Where you're going from drinking a lot to maybe drinking 1 beer a week or a couple, whatever it is. But you got to also make sure you have a goal in mind, because that's where a lot of us fail is this. I was asked the question, well, how many months are you going to do that? When are you going to start drinking again? I don't know. Do I know the answer? And we're so quick to just answer questions where it's like, oh, and you want to sound so, I guess you want to say cool. And you're just like, oh, I'm going to do it for 6 months. I'm going to, don't ever say that. What you're doing is you're limiting yourself in the back of your mind, the consciousness of saying, all right, there's a time limit, 6 months. Once you get to that 6 month mark, now you have to push through again past your mind, because you're like, all right, it's been 6 months. One won't hurt. Versus, I don't know. I just don't know. I feel great. I feel amazing. My mental health, it's there. Like I feel like my mind is clear. It's, I've gotten busy in my line of work, which is real estate. I've taken on, like 4 or 5 clients, probably more. I have about 7 or 8 or 9 deals working in the past 30 to 45 days. They're all closing soon. I have, some that are buying and selling, which is very stressful in its own, along with buyers buying, along with, 3 others, sellers selling, along with selling my own property that I'm trying to get rid of. There's a lot going on. But at the same time, I don't feel chaos in my mind. There's chaos. I'll tell you that. There's chaos. But I am calm. I'm cool. I'm collected. And I can say that I'm happy. I'm where I need to be mentally. Do I get anxiety? No, not as much. I do get thoughts from, negative thoughts of like, oh, like this isn't going to work, or, because I have goals in mind. And those goals, it's like, I would get negative thoughts of like, oh, how are you going to make this work? How is this going to work? How is it? Blah, 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 blah. I just tell myself, look, I'm taking it day by day. It's all I can do, all you can do, whatever it is. If you have a lengthy goal, 1 month goal, 6 month, year, 5 year, 10-year plan, just take it day by day. Just take it day by day. Because if you can take it day by day, but know that there's that goal, write that goal down. What me and my wife do at the beginning of every year, we write down our goals for the year. And these goals are not like, money goals or whatever. They're more self-improvement, family goals, things that we want to accomplish other than money. But all those things contribute back to money, because if you can succeed in all our goals that we want to accomplish, it results, it equals money. So that's what we do. And what I do is I'll print them off here at home. She'll send me it, and either she'll print it off or I'll print it off, and we'll tape it to the mirror in our bathroom. Take a shower. We look at the mirror to do our hair. We look at the mirror to brush our teeth. Whatever it is, floss our teeth, whatever. It's there. We know it's there. Sometimes I forget it's there. Subconsciously, I know it's there. Sometimes when I use the restroom, I read some of those goals. Just see where I'm at in the year. Am I accomplishing them? Maybe. Did I already accomplish it? Maybe. But the goal is to keep accomplishing that goal to crush that goal. Does that mean next year that I'm just going to go back to those my new goals and forget about these ones and just fuck off? No. These goals are there to self-improve. And if we can self-improve ourselves as parents, as husband and wife, we can succeed. Our children will succeed. That's the way I see my family on growing, on succeeding. We'll have bad days. We'll all have good days. We'll have good seasons. We'll all have bad seasons. But as long as we stay true, as long as we keep on pushing, we're good. And that's the thing is my thing with alcohol is I have a clear mind now. I'm not tempted whatsoever. Anywhere we go, if it's the bar, I'll order food. I might order me a non-alcoholic beverage, but I don't care for drinking anymore. Maybe because I gotten older. I don't know. But the good thing is I've stopped that. And the result I've seen is physical fitness. Man, shot through the roof. Amazing. Because I've been drinking since I was about 14, 15. Pretty heavy. I stopped when I was 21, but only for like 6-month period. And then I would occasionally drink here and there. Never stopped. Just because it's a social drug. I think this is the longest I've gone without drinking. But I can tell you, this is probably the strongest mind I've had. This is the strongest mind I've ever had in my entire life. My mind is so clear. You cannot destroy me. You might be able to destroy me for an hour, 2 hours. Man, oh man. I will come back with vengeance. I am so cool and so collective. I will admit I did have a little bit of anger. I would say anger issues. Not so bad, but it would be, and I'm not drinking. Drinking, I was a happy drunk. I got along with everyone. No one really upset me. It relaxed me more than anything. But after, man, someone cut me off on the freeway. Man, fuck off. What the fuck you doing? Come on now. For like 5 minutes. Road rage for 5 minutes. And then if I get out of my lane, go right next to him, I just like look at him like with disgust, like, the fuck is this guy? Who the fuck is this clown? And then they flick you off. Oh, I roll my window down because it's like, okay, now they can't see me through tint. All right. Fuck you. Now you flick me off. I wave. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm not upset. I'm not upset if my kids mess up. If they're, if I'm disappointed at them with something. Now I'm in the space where I can teach them right from wrong, right then and there. Hey, that really upset me, but let's fix it. This is how we're gonna fix it. Blah 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 blah. You know what you did wrong, right? What'd you do wrong? I sit there. I'm coaching them. That's all parenting is you're coaching them. Coaching them through life on your worldviews. And I think alcohol has, especially after COVID, has gotten out of control. It's more of a social drug. People are abusing it more often. And when I tell people about why I don't drink, because it causes anxiety. Because now I have a clear mind. My mind isn't, it's not clouded, and every time I hear someone say, I quit alcohol, and my business 10x, I don't know why. And I think it's because you have a clear mind and you could sit calm and cool when everything around you is burning down. That is when you know when you have life just not, I wouldn't say understood, but just calm. You have life at its calm state. All right. What's our next step? Everyone around you might be like, oh, the world is burning. The world is burning. Let's, try, mask the fires. Let's try to put them out. Let's try to do this and that. No. Let's sit down and talk about it for a minute. Whoa, we don't have time. No. We have time. That building's going to burn regardless if we're there or not. We're not firefighters. But what I can tell you is what will happen after that fire. What can we do to strategize what will happen after that fire? And that's the way you got to think. That's the way you got to plan. Is you see something burning? Obviously, this is metaphorically speaking. I'm not saying if you see your kitchen on fire, just like, you know what? Let it burn. Josh told me to sit down at my kitchen table with my wife, hold her hand, try to figure this out. No. I'm metaphorically speaking, saying, if there's chaos going on outside of your house, let that chaos go on. Plan. Set backup plans. Execute. That's all you have to do. That's all you have to do. And a lot of people overcomplicate it because what do they do first? They see chaos outside. All right, let's calm everyone down. No. Have you ever tried, if you're at an HOA meeting, I don't know, I'm trying to think, like in school, let's say in school, your classroom, right? We all have gone through this where there's chaos going on. You got, the girls over here, they're all on their phones or they're gossiping and there's like a group of them. And then you got over here, the dudes are over here gossiping and they're just going crazy. Then you have the guys in the back that are just like talking sports and it gets fucking amped. It's like, no, like that guy, no, he's way, LeBron versus Michael Jordan. The chaos is going on everywhere. And you have a substitute teacher. Yes. Now I'm painting that picture. What that substitute teacher mostly does all the time. All right, kids, calm down. What's the first thing that the class clown's going to do? He's gonna clown the substitute. All the other substitutes, I've had probably a couple substitute teachers in school that were I would say alpha. They were the alpha. But they weren't yelling, they weren't screaming, because you have those substitutes, where they just break out in rage, like, stop it, you guys ain't go to the principal, blah 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 blah. Just scream out top of their lungs. Do they get anything accomplished? No. Now you fucking hate them. Now you got something against them. Like, nah, you gonna scream at me? All right, cool. This period, I'm good. I'm done. Anything you hand me out, I'm done. Like, nah, I'm good. I might do the work because, it's going to affect my grade. But you know what? I don't like you. Don't make sure I don't see you as a substitute again. But then you have those alphas, which they look around. And then they might just say, all right, class, I'll wait. Some of us like, all right, cool. He said he'll wait. Then the girls and women, they know what's up. They always know what's up. They always get the first sign and like, hold up. He shouldn't say, let's wait. Or that he'll wait. All right. Let's see what he has to say. Now, everyone else, shut up. That's what you got to do as the alpha is. You got to announce it. Hey, there's chaos going on, but I'm calm. I'm cool. And I'll wait. I'll wait here for you guys to do what you need to do. Because it seems more important. But they'll just say, I'll wait. Then they let the crowd. There's always those people, those groups within a crowd that calm the rest of the crowd down. Yes. Then you'll have that one class clown to say something stupid. What happens? Now the majority, once that group gets that crowd under their wing, now the whole crowd will be against you if you're that class clown. Then you shut up. You're like, these are my peers. All right, I'm going to shut up. What does he do? Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. I'm so-and-so. That's what you got to do when you get, it's from chaos causing down to being calm in chaotic situations. And that takes self-discipline. That takes a lot of self-discipline. And how are you supposed to, gain self-discipline? Because you might be asking me like, okay, well, how do I gain it? Well, obviously, you need to have a clear mind. Clear your mind of any alcohol, drugs, everything. Because all the negativity. Where does negativity come from? Social interaction. But positive social interaction can also happen as well. And the negative is social drinking. Social drinking is negative. It's a negative. A lot of us get caught up in it. And it's is it okay? If you think it's okay, that's okay. If this doesn't happen to you where you get anxiety and all that, hey, this video is not for you. But I'm just telling you what my experiences are, what's causing my chaos in my world. What is the problem when it comes to, running a business and dealing with anxiety and dealing with temptation? It all starts with self-discipline. It's all it starts with. All that it starts with. And that's why I wanted to stop drinking, is to grab life. And be able to enjoy my time with my kids, because, what if I'm drinking, I'm inebriated. I'm not thinking clear enough. Their lives are just going to pass right by me. I don't get to see them grow up. Why? Because I was selfish. I was drinking. I don't want to be selfish. I'm here for my kids. My kids need me sometimes more than I need them. But they're always there. Always there. Those are the only people that will always be there. And your significant other. But your kids will always be there for you. No matter what. Not saying that you should treat them as your best friend or anything, but you'll have bad downtime or days. They're there. They're there just to support you. They know that they can't fix the situation, whatever's going on, but they're there. They're there for moral support. Man, and that's crazy to think that that's built in our DNA. Moral support. A lot of us as adults, we're not there for moral support. We're there for ourselves, but when we ask for moral support, the only people it comes from is our children. Most of the time. You'll have your significant other, but, they're either working or whatever, But your children are the ones to give you that support. So if I don't have a clear mind, if I don't have self-discipline, the thing that also got me is, act like life is always watching. Someone's watching. Someone important. So if I think in my mind that my kids are always watching me, what's good and bad? Well, how are you going to teach your kids good and bad if you're not doing it yourself? So if you're like, oh, alcohol is bad, don't drink alcohol. Hold on. Yeah, so just, don't drink alcohol. This stuff is bad for you. What are your kids going to do? Well, dad does it. It shouldn't be, it's not bad. He says it's bad, but he's doing it. How bad can it be? Probably not that bad. And I also that's why I also go to the gym. Because if I have that self-discipline, and my son, he wakes up at 6 or 6:15 every morning. I go to the gym at 5. I get home around 6:15, 6:20. He's getting out of the shower. He sees me in my gym clothes. He's like, oh, you go to the gym today? Yeah. Awesome. What'd you do today? This is what I worked on. Oh. Well, how'd you work on it? He just sits there and just asks me questions. He's curious about it. But the thing is it's deeper than that. He's asking these questions. Yeah, he's a little interested. But, okay, if my dad does this. Oh, my dad doesn't do that. Oh, my dad. I want my children to follow a great example. And the only way to make that example is not say, oh, have your uncle, have your aunt, follow down their paths. They're doing great in life, or, follow me. I want them to become whoever they want to become, but the greatest version of themselves. And it's so true in life right now, is what Goggins said, is it's so easy to be successful in this world. And that shit hit me. Is, as long as you put the work in, right in our generation, right now, in this time, it is very easy to succeed. Why? Because there's a lot of lazy people. That's why. That's just the facts. There's lazy people that, I'll get to that tomorrow. I'll do this tomorrow. And if I can just keep on doing what I'm doing every day, not worry about anyone else, while my kids are watching what I'm doing, while they hear what I tell them is what I'm doing, and I'm really doing it, I'm setting a great example. And I think that is probably one of the main reasons why I stopped drinking, is because of that. I want my kids to see that you can overcome anything. And when it comes down to that, where they're like, look, I can't do this. I can't do that. I'm not able to do this. No. You're able to do anything. Look at what I did. This is what I did it. It's called self-discipline. Just do it. If you feel like you're not doing it well, that means you're learning. You're learning. So once you do it repetitively, you're practicing it. Then you get better at it. And then now you can teach it, because you've gone through those trials and tribulations of the whole thing. So you could do it. You can do it. That's what a lot of us will just say, you know what, later. I'll deal with that later. And we just either let it fester inside or just blows away. I always hear a lot of people say, yeah, I had a great idea about this. Oh, I was going to do this. Yeah, no, I've heard about that, but I looked into it. Okay. How is that relevant? Like, did you do it? No? Cool. I once thought about, opening a restaurant and doing sushi. I don't know shit about sushi or restaurants. Yeah. You know, how dumb does that sound? You know, it just sounds dumb. And that's another thing is you also have the self-discipline. If you have a plan in place, either tell your closest friends and your significant other, but nobody else. Don't tell family. Do not tell family. Because you're making that stress harder on yourself to succeed. If you have a significant other and like one or two good friends that will push you, that will consistently ask about it and help push you forward mentally, good. Because they're there constantly bringing in your mind. All right, I got to do this. I can't quit. I can't stop. Because I see it too many times where people will get so deep into it, especially in business. They'll get so deep into business where they overthink it. Poof, it's gone. Why didn't you execute? Oh, well, I came into the realization of either I had to do it online, but I have an excuse, a dumbass excuse for why I didn't do it online. But then I also could have opened up a storefront. But why didn't I open up a storefront? Because it costs way too much money. Because that's a dumbass excuse. These people, they don't look for alternatives, and that's why I want to say is just look for alternatives. If it's money and it's a good idea, people will fund it. People will say, okay, I'll fund it. I'll give you a loan. People, not banks, people. As long as it's a good idea. Or it's proven fact that it's making money. Yeah, okay, let's do it. Let's try it. I want equity. I want this much. I want whatever it is. I want 10% interest, whatever it is. There's people. There's people for that. You're like, oh, it's hard to find those people. No, not if you're looking. They're everywhere. Facebook groups. Google some. Google's not really that great. ChatGPT. Use ChatGPT to ask it, hey, how do I find investors to invest in X, whatever it is? It will tell you how to find it, how to do it. There's fucking tools out there for everything. But yet we're so lazy and just let the days go by. Let them pass. I had to grab the reins on my life. And now I can build. I have a strong mind. I'm not out there, having fun, not spending money and doing all this. Yeah, I go to restaurants occasionally. I enjoy food. Food is my crack. I love food, any type of food. I love food. I'm actually hungry right now. But, that's the thing is self-discipline. You guys got to learn it. You guys got to get through it, And once you build that self-discipline, those temptations of whatever bad it is, you can get over. And you always have that person, that voice in the back of your mind of saying, hey there, buddy. Why don't you just take a sip? It's okay. If you can fight that voice off, you've won. You have won. Because that's just level 1. Just keep leveling up. All you have to do is silence that voice and turn that voice into a motivator. How I go to the gym, I wake up early. Some days I'm just like, oh, it's too early. Yep. Nope. Fuck it. Don't be a little bitch. Just fucking go to the gym. Don't be a little bitch. Sitting there in bed. All right. I won't be a little bitch. Yeah, that's what you're acting like right now. Like, all right. You're right. Let's go. Your body's like, no. What are you doing? Stop. Your mind's like, let's go. And another part of your mind's like, nah, the bed is comfy. We have a full day to do this. Once you get there, you get back, I'm just like free. Like, wow. I accomplished that. The first thing I accomplished in the day, the gym. First thing. All right. Now, if I fail at everything else, I still accomplished one thing today. That was the first thing I did today was accomplish the gym. Figure out your little wins. Even though you might have some losses in your day, figure out all your little wins. That's what I'm saying. So just fight through the temptation. Everything in life is going to tempt you. Once you pause, you have that pause and that thought, just say no. That's temptation. That's temptation lurking on my door, knocking. Don't answer it. Walk away. Walk away. Now, if it's good temptation, where it's like an opportunity, different story. That's a different story. But I'm talking about bad temptation. You have to have that self-discipline to just say no. And that is very hard. That's what I would say to fight through temptation, get to your discipline. And like I said, it took me 2 months to finally clear my mind, to file all the bad away and fight off that bad voice and that negativity. And it does come back here and there, but it's only for like a moment of time. That moment of time is like maybe a couple minutes and it goes away. And it's not that bad feeling where it's like it's hurting in your chest. You're just like, freaking anxiety. No, it's just like, okay, I got this. So learn self-discipline. It might take you whatever you're doing. It might take you a month. Might take you 2. Might take you 3. I was juicing. I was doing all this extra stuff and just clearing my whole body, cleansing my whole body, drinking a lot of beets because it's good for your liver. I was trying to cleanse my liver. Did that for 2 months straight. I still do it here and there. But man, I'll tell you that. I think that's also what helped clear my system. Get all the negativity out and all that. Chlorophyll water. I'm highly, highly suggesting chlorophyll water. But, just get right with yourself. Just get right with yourself. Fight temptations. Find your self-discipline. Stop doing all the negative stuff, and you'll start seeing more positive in your life. If you see nothing but negativity, sit back. What I like to do is I like to grab a pad and paper, write out all the negative stuff, or everything, whatever it is I'm trying to condense down, file that shit, All right, well, there's this, and this. All right, I don't need this. This person is toxic. Get them fucking out of my life. Cool. Now I have a plan on paper. Now I just got to do it. Fucking execute. Get that shit done. So, hopefully you guys learned a little bit of something. You probably learned a lot about me. But just, like I said, fight through temptation. Fight through to get to your self-discipline. And just know that there's always someone watching. Always someone watching you. Just remember that. And do you want that person to think of you as negative or positive? How do you want them to feel about you? If you're like, I don't give a fuck about what everybody thinks. Yeah, we all say that, but at the end of the day, we still do. We're humans. That's just in our nature, our psychology, in our psyche, That's just who we are. We want that validation. And if you have people that don't support you, add them to the fucking list. Get them off the list. Not get them off the list. Add them to the list and get them out your life. Simple as that. So make sure you do that. Hopefully you guys enjoy this podcast. Please like, subscribe, keep following. I'm going to try to drop at least 2 to 3 videos a week. This week, I'll probably get today in. I might do Friday, which is tomorrow. Just a little busy week, and as you can tell, I have allergies. It's killing my throat right now. But let's get it. Let's live our lives a little bit better each and every day. Fight temptation. Have self-discipline. you have a great life. So, yeah, like and subscribe and watch my other videos. Check them out. And let's get it.